Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Grumpy Cat. Oh, and if you like this, I'm also leaving a link to my meme playlist. I'll leave that both in the card system and in the description below. The playlist isn't that big yet, but it's getting bigger every week. Moving on, if you want to make Grumpy Cat, here's what you're going to need. You will need some birchwood planks and some magenta stained clay. Also grab black stained clay, brown stained clay, grab black wool, white wool, cyan wool, and finally grab yourself some light blue wool, and those are the only materials that we're going to be needing. So once you have each one of those, and once you've figured out what you want to make him, I'll be making him right here, you're going to want to kick off Grumpy Cat with a row of 7 black wool coming directly up from the ground. That's 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You then, from this 7th block, want to do an upright diagonal. Then go up on top of that diagonal by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do an upright diagonal. And go up by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then do an up left diagonal. And go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do an up left diagonal. And go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do an upright diagonal. And go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do an up left diagonal and go up by 2. 1, 2. Then do an up left diagonal and go up by 1. Then do an up left diagonal and go up by 1. Then do an up left diagonal and go up by 2. 1, 2. Then do an up left diagonal and go up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go right of this 5th block by 2. 1, 2. Then go down by 1. Then right 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal. And go right of that diagonal by 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal. And go right by 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal. And go right by 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal and go right by 1. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Then go right of that 2nd bottom right diagonal by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go right by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go right by 11, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then do a bottom right diagonal and go right by 1. Then do another bottom right diagonal and go right by 1. Then do 2 upright diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Then go right of that 2nd upright diagonal by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go right by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go right by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go right by 1. Then do an upright diagonal, go right by 1, up by 1, right by 2, 1, 2. Then go down by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then do a bottom left diagonal and go down by 2, 1, 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal and go down by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal and go down by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal and go down by 2. 1, 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal and go down by 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom right diagonal and go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom left diagonal and go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom left diagonal and go down by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then do a bottom right diagonal and go down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then finish this all off by doing a bottom right diagonal and connecting all the way down to the ground. And once you've done that, you should end up with something that should look, guys, a little bit like this. And as you can see, this is the outline of our Grumpy Cat. Now all we have to do is fill this thing in, which is actually a little bit more difficult than I'd like to admit. So once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next, guys. So take out your birchwood planks and come all the way down to the bottom left hand corner of your Grumpy Cat. So you're going to want to go right of this first black wall that we placed right here, and you want to go right of it by 6 with your birchwood planks. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then from this 6th birchwood plank, you want to do an up left diagonal, which is placing 1 block on top of this 5th block right here. Then place 1 on top of that diagonal. Then do an up left diagonal. And go up by 2. 1, 2. Then do an upright diagonal. Then do 2 up left diagonals. 1, 2. Then do 2 up right diagonals. 1, 2. From that second upright diagonal, do a bottom right diagonal, but you also want to do an up left diagonal. And from that up left diagonal, do 3 up right diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then go right of that third upright diagonal by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. And go right by 1. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1, 2. Then go right by 2, 1, 2. Then go down by 1. Then go right by 1. Once you've formed this shape, you now want to take out your white wool, and on top of this block that you just went down 1 from, you want to go up by 2 with your white, so that will be 1 and 2. Then with your black wool, go up by 1. Then do 2 up right diagonals, so that will be 1 and 2. Then go right of that second upright diagonal by 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2. Once you've formed this shape, you now want to take out your white wool and go up on top of these 2 middle blocks of the row that you've created. You want to go on top of each one of these 2 middle blocks, each by 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 with your white wool. You then want to do 2 rows of 2 magenta clay. 1, 2. Extend out that top row by 1 either side, so that'll be 1 and 1 going left and right. You then, with your white wool, again want to go up on top of these 2 middle blocks, each by 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then take out your birchwood planks and do the exact same thing, so that'll be 1, 2, 3. And this is what you want to have for that, guys. So that is a little section all by its lonesome, and I'm sure that you guys can tell what that's supposed to be. That is his sad frown. That is his nose, and just above that, that's just a little patch of fur that he has between his eyes. Once you've got all of that taken care of, it's now time for us to continue with the rest of the birch wood outline. So, what we now want to do is come all the way back down to this white wool that we first started placing here to kind of like go off on that tangent, and going left of this white wool that we have right here, you want to do a birch. Then from that birch, do 2 upper left diagonals. 1, 2. Go up on top of that second up left diagonal by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. And go up by 1. Then do 3 up right diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3. Then go up by 2, 1, 2. Then go right by 1. Then go up by 1. Then take out your brown stained clay and go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then continue going up with your birchwood planks by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then go right by 1. You then want to go up by 8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You then want to do an up left diagonal. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. You then want to take this second bottom left diagonal, do an up left diagonal from it, but you also want to do an additional bottom left diagonal from it. and go left of the bottom left diagonal by 1. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Go to the left of that second bottom left diagonal by 1. Then go down by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal. And go left by 1. Then do 3 bottom left diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3. You then want to go left by 1. Take out your white wool and connect to the outline by 1. Then go down by 1 with your white wool. Then take out your birch planks again and you want to go up on top of this upper white wool by 2. 1, 2. Then go right of that upper block by 1. Then up by 2. 1, 2. Then take out your white wool and do 2 up right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Then go up with your birchwood planks again by 1. Then go right by 2. 1, 2. Then do 4 upper right diagonals. I apologise guys, that is 4 upper right diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 will go under there. Then go right of that 4th upright diagonal by 1. You then want to place an entire row of birchwood planks underneath the top centre part of Grumpy Cat's head, like that. You then want to, continuing from the right hand side of the row that we have here, you want to place 2 birchwood planks underneath these 2 black wool. Place a birchwood coming down from that second birchwood plank on the right. You then want to go right by 1. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2, 3. You then want to go right by 2. 1, 2. You then want to take out your white wool and you want to place a white wool underneath that last birch. Then do a bottom right diagonal with your white wool. Then take out your birchwood planks again and do a bottom right diagonal. Then go down by 2. 1, 2. Then right 1. Then down 1. You then want to go down by 2 with your white wool. 1, 2. And let me just show you what you want to have made, guys. So this is what you want to have so far. As you can see, we're kind of piecing together Grumpy Cat's face. All we have to do now, you can see all of that line that we have on the left hand side, how it kind of looks like a continent or something. We're now going to add that to the right hand side as well. We also have to add his eyes, and we also have a little bit of detail to do with his ears. That's all we have to do, guys. There isn't too much left. Then we've just got to colour this thing in. So the reason that we've stopped here is because I now want to build up from the other bottom side, and I want to build up rather than down, just because it's easier for me. Once you've reached this point right here, you now want to come all the way down to the bottom right hand side of your Grumpy Cat. So starting from the exact opposite side as you did, you now want to go left of this black wool by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You then want to go up on top of this 5th block by 2. 1, 2. Then do an upright diagonal and go up by 2. 1, 2. Then do an up left diagonal. Then do 2 up right diagonals, so that's 1, 2. You then want to do 2 up left diagonals. 1, 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal from that second up left diagonal, but you also want to do an upright diagonal. And from that upright diagonal, do 3 up left diagonals, so that'll be 1, 2, 3. Then go left by 1. Then do an up left diagonal and go left by 1. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals. 1 and 2. Go left of that second bottom left diagonal by 2. 1, 2. Then go down by 1. Then left 1. And once you've formed this shape, you now want to return back to this block right here. Can you guys see the 1? I'm sure you can. And from this block you want to go up by 1. Then do 2 up right diagonals, so that'll be 1 and 2. Go up on top of the second upright diagonal by 1. Then do an up left diagonal and go up by 1. Then do 3 up left diagonals, so that'll be 1, 2, and 3. Go up on top of that third up left diagonal by 2. 1, 2. Then go left 1, then up 1. Take out your brown stained clay and continue going up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then take out your birchwood planks again and go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then go left 1. Then go up by 8, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You then want to, from this 8th block, do an upright diagonal. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that'll be 1 and 2. From that second bottom right diagonal, also do an upright diagonal. But from that second bottom right diagonal, you also want to do an additional bottom right diagonal. Then go right that diagonal by 1. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Then go right by 1. Then down 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal. And go right by 1. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals, so that'll be 1, 2, and 3. You then want to finish this off by going right of that third bottom right diagonal by 1. And what you'll want to end up with, guys, is something that should look exactly like this. And this is, at the moment, kind of like a faceless grumpy cat. This is kind of creepy. Once you've reached this point right here, the last 2 things that we really have to do, we have to do the eyes and we have to do the ears. We're going to start off with the eyes since they are the most difficult part out of the 2. Let's do it, guys. So, the eyes are conveniently for us where these 2 patches of brown clay are. Take out your brown stained clay, we're starting with the left eye first of all, by the way. Take out your brown stained clay and going left of this middle brown block, do 2 brown clay, going left, 1, 2. Then up by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then do an up left diagonal, followed by a bottom left diagonal. Then go down by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal. Take out your black wool and go down by 1. Then go left by 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then go down from the 6th block by 1, and also go down from the 5th block by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that'll be 1 and 2. Then go right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do 2 up right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Then go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then go left and connect everything together by 1. You also want to, on the right hand side here, you want to extend these 2 middle blocks each out to the right by 1. Then take out your brown stained clay and come to the left hand side of the eye. Coming down from this black block that we have right here, do a row of 4 brown clay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, 1 and 2. Then go down from that second bottom right diagonal by 1. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2. Then go right by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go up by 1. Then do 3 upright diagonals, 1, 2, 3. Then go up by 2, 1, 2. Then do an upright diagonal and go up by 1. And what you'll want to end up with there, guys, is something that should look exactly like this. This is gradually getting creepier. Once you have this on the left hand side, we now want to do the exact same thing on the right hand side. So let's come to the right hand side now, and taking this middle block in the row of 3 brown stained clay, you want to go right of it by 2. 1, 2. Then go up by 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then do an upright diagonal, followed by a bottom right diagonal. Then go down by 1. And do a bottom right diagonal. Then go down with your black wool by 1. Then go right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You then want to go down from the 6th block by 1, but you want to go down from the 5th block by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals, 1 and 2. Then go left by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do 2 up left diagonals. 1 and 2. Go up on top of that second up left diagonal by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then go right by 1 to connect everything together, but you also want to add those 2 additional black walls on the left hand side there, like that. And once you've done that, you now want to take out your brown stained clay, and on the right hand side of the eye here, from this block right here, you guys can see the one, you want to take out your brown clay and go down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals. I'm sorry guys, 2 bottom left diagonals. 1 and 2. Then go down by 1. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals. 1 and 2. Then go left by 1. Then do an up left diagonal. Place 1 on top. Then do 3 up left diagonals. 1, 2, 3. Then go up by 2. 1, 2. Then do an up left diagonal and connect everything together by going up by 1. And what you'll want to end up with, guys, so far is a really disturbing looking Grumpy Cat. Look at that. That is really disturbing. I don't like that at all. So that is what you want to have for the eyes so far. We are going to fill those in a little bit later, but we'll wait until then, later. So once you've got those taken care of, all we have to do now are the ears, and then we can focus on the filling this guy in. So let's come up to the left ear first of all, guys. So to make this easy, take out your black stained clay, and on top of this white wall that we have right here near the ear, you want to go up on top of this white wall by 1 with your black stained clay. Then go left by 1. Then do an up left diagonal. And go up by 1. Then do 3 up left diagonals. 1, 2, 3. Then go up by 2. 1, 2. Then go left by 2. 1, 2. Then go up until you hit the top of the outline. Then from that top block do a bottom right diagonal. And then do another one because we were supposed to do 2. Then go right of that second bottom right diagonal by 1. Then do bottom right diagonals until you connect all the way down to, you should eventually hit a birchwood block, guys. You should hit that one right there. Perfect. And that is exactly what you want to end up with, guys. That's really easy. Once you've done that on the left hand side of Grumpy Cat, you now want to do the exact same thing on the right. We want to make that exact same shape. So come into the right hand side now. Starting from this very same white wall block, you want to place 1 black stained clay on top. Then go right of it by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. And go up by 1. Then do 3 upright diagonals. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Then go up on top of that third upright diagonal by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. Go right by 1, and then up until you hit the top of the outline. Then from that top block do 2 bottom left diagonals, so that'll be 1 and 2. Then go left 1, and then proceed to do bottom left diagonals until you hit the very bottom of the ear, and you should hit that birchwood plank that we did on the opposite side, and you'll end up with something that should look exactly like this, which is perfect, guys. That is exactly what you want to have. And once you have all of this done, the only little bit of detail that we have to do, my god, this gets worse and worse, look at him. All we have to do now is add the details to the eyes, which is incredibly easy, and the way that this is going to work, guys, I'm just going to fill in the eyes for you, and then I'm going to show you guys how this should look, because this is really simple, and I don't feel as though I have to show you guys where to place each individual block or explain it to you. So this is what you want to have for the eye, guys. This is the left one specifically. Obviously the right one is just mirrored. Pause this if necessary, of course. Apply everything that you see right here. Once you've done that, do the same thing to the opposite eye. So coming to the opposite eye here, we're now just going to do, like I said, quite literally the same thing. It's just mirrored here. Cyan at the top, light blue everywhere else. And once we've done this, Everything else is really simple, guys. It really is. So this is the opposite eye, guys. This is Grumpy Cat's opposite eye. Pause this if necessary, of course. Apply everything that you see right here. Once you've got both of those taken care of, all we have to do now is fill in our Grumpy Cat. Now, I know it may look a little bit overwhelming, where you have to fill what in where, but it's actually really simple. I'm going to explain it before I do it. So, the inside portion of Grumpy Cat, like in between the eyes and like the chest and the top of the head, it kind of looks like an anchor shape. That will be filled in with white. Everywhere else on the outside around the eyes will be filled in with birchwood planks. The brown sections around the eyes will be filled in with brown clay. The ears, the inside bits that we've sectioned off with black stained clay, those will be filled in with black stained clay. The outer part of the ear will be filled in with brown. This sounds complicated, it sounds like there's a lot to do there, but there's really not. And I'll tell you what, since this has already taken such a long time already, I'm going to go away, I'm going to get that done, and then I'm going to show you guys how it should look, and you guys will be able to determine what you have to do just by looking at the finished product. So I'll be back in just a moment, guys, and then we can show you how it's supposed to look. I may have just lied to you guys, this is my original version of Grumpy Cat, I didn't just sit and fill the other one in. So, as you can see, all you have to do, that middle portion and the bit that looks like an anchor on top, that's filled in with white. The bits around the eyes, the bits that are sectioned off with brown, those are brown. Everywhere else around the face and the kind of like chest area, that's birchwood planks. The ears, the inside bits, we have black stained clay. The outer bits, we have brown clay. And I don't think that I can make it any easier than that, other than, you know, telling you guys twice and showing you how it's supposed to look. So, hopefully, you guys will be able to finish that and make that no problem. And if you have actually finished your Grumpy Cat, if you like it, if you have managed to make it, guys, I would really appreciate it. If you do like it, if you could give me a like, a favorite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out, guys, if you could just give this video a like, a favorite, a share, please, if you would, it would just vastly help me out. I made this due to a request. You guys have been loving the memes lately, and I have been delivering. So, if you would, guys, all of those things, if you would show me some love, I love it when you show me love, you know I do. What else? Feel free to comment down below. What else would you like to see? I'm also going to be working on Doge. And then I have no idea what else I'll be doing. Oh, I'm also going to be doing Pepe, but then I'll just filter through your guys' suggestions and I'll see what I'll be doing after that. All of these are your suggestions. This is a priority that I have so far. Feel free to check out the card system and the link below down in the description for my meme tutorials playlist. There's about 5 videos in there so far. It's going to get bigger. And I suppose that's it, guys. So like, favorite, share if you would. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.